Welcome to the Extra, Robert Chirabo Nyonyitono, and today we are going to be looking at something very important because so much has been happening within Kampala, or the Greater Kampala. And today we want to look at transforming Greater Kampala through sustainable urban development. Transforming Greater Kampala through sustainable urban development. And joining me on set to discuss this, I have the Under Secretary, Ministry of Kampala, Capital City and Metropolitan Affairs, Monica Edemechu. She is with me in studios, and you're most welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, viewer.
And at the extreme end, I have the Infrastructure Development Specialist, Engineer Dr. James Semuwemba. Good morning and welcome, Doctor.
Good morning, Robert, and good morning, viewers.
Now, first and foremost, I'll ask Madam Edemachu, when we talk about Greater Kampala, what is this area that we are talking about?
Thank you, moderator. Greater Kampala comprises of 9 entities. Kampala Capital City Authority, Wakiso District Local Government, Mpigi, Mukono, and the 5 municipalities of Entebbe, Makindye, Sabagabo, Mukono, Chira, and Nansana. So that is the coverage of Greater Kampala metropolitan area.
Now, a quick one to that. What is your overall vision of this area that you've talked about?
We are looking at having well-coordinated, livable, and sustainable metropolitan area, and of course with well-developed infrastructure.
Now I'll go to the engineer. Why are we seeing government prioritizing development and infrastructure in this particular area?
Government thought it wise to ensure that people within the Greater Kampala metropolitan area move and live in a conducive environment. And as you know, in Uganda, 70% of the GDP comes from within the Greater Kampala metropolitan area. And government thought it wise to ensure that where most of the money comes from is where most of the investments should take place, so that government should be able to reap the benefits of improved infrastructure. So because you know that movement of goods and movement of people is really key to ensuring that the economy performs very well in this country.
And now coming back to Madam Monica, when we talk about this Greater Kampala as a ministry, how is your mandate contributing to socio-economic transformation?
One, I would like to say that the Ministry of Kampala is mandated to coordinate local economic development. And as a ministry, we have come up with a master plan for Greater Kampala metropolitan area. This master plan guides on how we undertake developments, meaning fiscal planning takes a lead, and then economic development follows. And the infrastructure we put are enablers under the ATM's a 10-fold growth strategy. When we put good infrastructure, remember government is supporting the communities through wealth creation initiatives such as PDM, Emyoga, and others grow. And the infrastructure we put is not only road infrastructure, we are creating workspaces such that the unemployed can be able to participate in income generating activities and improve on their livelihood. And of course, the road infrastructure we're putting, we are thinking of mass transport to address some of the challenges that hinder development. So these are the ways in which our ministry is trying to coordinate local economic development in a metropolitan area.
Now a quick one, which areas and communities are benefiting from this? You've talked about mass transport, you've talked about working spaces. When I look around, I see working spaces being destroyed for some people in the greater Kampala. When I look around, I see taxis, border borders all over the greater Kampala area. So which communities and areas are we talking about?
First of all, I'd like to say one of the major programs we have had, Greater Kampala Metropolitan Urban Development Program, we have put road infrastructure across Greater Kampala. When you go to, people know it better, Bulindo, we call it Cyprian Road. When you go to what we used to call Najera Road, you see the infrastructure we're putting in place. You go to Mpigi, we have Muduma Mpigi road which we are putting in place. And we are putting in place markets. Already there is construction of Mpigi Central Market which is ongoing. We have Wakiso Market which is ongoing. We have Kauku Market which is ongoing. And these are modern markets with good facilities for even innovations for the youth, you know, with the digital world today. We would like also the young people to come together and to be supported. And of course, in all these entities, we are trying to create workspaces. Trade order is for the good of our people. If you have a disorganized city, definitely you will scare away tourists because there will be a lot of crimes committed. Today, when you see initiatives towards organizing our towns, it is for the good of our people, and our people should support it as government puts in place more initiatives to create workspaces for them. So that is what we are doing. And of course, with borders, as we bring in alternative transport, you know, you cannot just chase people all of a sudden and say go before you bring in the transport, and it is a gradual process. So we have time to prepare these borders as we also coordinate mass transport in this region. It will render them unemployment, but what alternative are we giving to them to ensure that they are also continuing to engage in income generating?
Now here I want engineer to supplement when we talk about these major infrastructure projects under the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Urban Development Project.
Thank you, Robert. Like the Undersecretary was saying, the project on the program, the GKMA program, is working in 9 implementing entities, like she mentioned. And currently, as we speak, we have road construction projects in all the entities. And these road construction projects total up to 199.7 kilometers, almost 200 kilometers of roads construction that are going on. Already the Undersecretary has mentioned a major project in Chira, which we call Cyprian and Bogo Road, or famously.
I was there over the weekend. I saw right from Chira police station that road that is being worked on.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed it and the inconveniences as well. So I benefited from both.
So yeah, thank you. And in addition to that, there are ongoing projects in Mukono municipality, in Mukono district, in PG, she has already mentioned it. In Kampala Capital City Authority, you've seen works going on around Old Kampala, Matia Mulumba, Wavamono, or Cape Road, the one that is going to Speak Resort, and many others, Chigove Road in Tinda, and many others across different entities. In Wakiso, we have Bukasa Sentema Road that is under construction right now. We have Chitemu Chisozi, Nagalabi. In Nansana, we have Wamala Katoke Road. All those road construction projects that are going on are being coordinated and financed through the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Urban Development Program. And in addition to what the Undersecretary has said, the program has a local economic development arm, which is in charge of developing workspaces and markets. We are not just developing markets, we are also developing part of that market. We are integrating into skills development, innovation hubs, onto the same infrastructure. She has already mentioned the works that were flagged off recently for Wakiso Central Market, which will accommodate over 1,200 vendors. She's already mentioned the market in Kauku and Mpigi Central Market. For people in Kampala Capital City Authority, soon construction of Gaba Market is going to start off. Already we've come
at the landing site?
Absolutely.
It is a menace there when it rains.
It's actually not at the landing site as such, but Kampala Capital City has land that was procured specifically for that purpose. Because those who are at the landing site are really very close to the lake buffer zone. So we would like to bring them to avoid disasters like around 2019. You saw that whole market was flooded. So we don't want to risk the lives of our people. Kampala Capital City Authority procured land which is a little far from the lake buffer zone and in the right place. And of course the people will be mobilized to come to settle in the main market.
Very interesting, but a question to you, Undersecretary, as well. I've seen some of the modern markets that KCCA, now let's look at the broader picture of the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Plan. Some markets are very wood and uptake is low. Where is the problem? When you find a good market like Busega, you know, you look at it and then you wonder why Ugandans still want to sneak and sell on the road instead of this one. It has all facilities. When you look at Wandegate, it's been there now for some good time, but when you move through you wonder what is wrong, what is it that you're failing to get very well for people to enter into these markets and do good business?
You know, sustainability of a project requires involvement and input of the beneficiary communities. In designing these particular markets that we're putting, having learned lessons in the past, first of all, we started by vendor registration. We have registered all the vendors operating in these areas in a system, using a system. And after vendor registration, we made sure that even when we are designing, the vendors have their input in the design. And they acknowledged that that was exactly what they need. And of course, with that involvement of the vendors, we believe that we are not going to have white elephants. We will have people who will be settled in those markets. Already they have registered themselves. And in the past, we have also had scenarios where I am working, I know that this is a good project, I go and book a big space, stalls for myself, and then I start hiring to people exorbitantly. And then the actual beneficiaries have not been actively involved, and the vendors will definitely not pay for that exorbitant cost. So we have really critically looked at some of those issues, and with the experiences from the past, we have made sure that we did registration of these vendors and we involved them and of course we also avoided the scenario where an individual owns land and now becomes the big boss. He also wants what? We made sure these developments we are doing are on government titled land, such that there is no exploitation of the vendors. Yes, please.
I love the fact that now a person cannot come out of the blue. We had that in Usafi, where you had people who owned stores and they want to rent out to traders. But also the fact that now, because they're involved, we have market designs that serve the interest of traders. Because building a hotel to be a market, something similar to that, of course the traders may fail to curb into there. Now that's very interesting. We hope to see that these very huge investments that you're making, we won't have those challenges. But I want now go to the engineer. You've talked about quite huge projects, costing a lot of money. And I don't want to believe this is taxpayers' money, inevitably not. So I see the World Bank in here. What is the role of the World Bank in supporting these greater Kampala metropolitan urban development projects?
Thank you again, Robert. I'd like to make just one correction. It's actually taxpayers' money. The project and the program that we are undertaking has financing from both the World Bank and as well as the French Development Agency, and also a contribution from government of Uganda. And it's financed majorly by the World Bank through a loan which you and I and government has to pay back. But the bank also is providing technical assistance in the implementation of this program. The major infrastructure, we couldn't do that without the pre-financing from the World Bank, and we are grateful to the bank for that and the technical assistance as well. The major projects, like you mentioned, we are not just stopping there. We are rolling out, I already mentioned the 200 kilometers of roads that are currently under construction. The markets, the 4 markets that the Undersecretary and I have elaborated on. And we think that we can also, based on how this program progresses, we should be able to roll out another 80 to 100 kilometers of roads, new road projects, and as well as 5 new markets across the other implementing agencies. So that's the major role that is being played by the bank. But sorry, in addition to that, we can't underestimate the role of these implementing entities. The district local governments, the municipalities, and as well as Kampala Capital City Authority in implementing this program. Thank you.
Well, very interesting that we have the supervisory role and all this. When we see the people the donor partners now in this project, I refer to them as the donor partners, but because you're having our money, like you've said, but also we have a loan from these areas. So if they are also putting foot on ground to see how this goes on very well, then I'm sure we will register the desired goals. Now, coming back to Monica, one of the things that concerns many of Ugandans is the flooding issue. Now, when you're talking about the greater Kampala Metropolitan Urban Development Project, how has this been factored in?
Actually, one of the challenges we analyzed when we were designing this program, we looked at different challenges facing Greater Kampala. One of it is traffic jam, flooding, unemployed youth, women and other economic clusters. So we took also the aspect of environmental issues in consideration. And in this program here, one of the areas that it is addressing is drainages. Remember, flooding is because the environment has been interfered with. So we are trying to come up with drainage master plan. Actually, the Ministry of Kampala is already developing the drainage master plan, and the consultant is already on board and has embarked on the work for drainage master plan, such that we see is it the cause of this flooding, and we see how to address them proactively. As I talk, we have already contracted out 2 drainages. That is Chisakombe drainage in Mukono. Next week, we're going to hand over the site to the contractor for construction. We handed over Kalidubi, there at Batabata on Entebbe Road, where always there was flooding. And there is already a contractor and supervision consultant doing work. Of course, with the entities oversight with us.
What is happening with Kalidubi? At least I'm well versed with that area. I saw the launch some time back. I saw the investors there, because I'm well versed with that area, but still date, I'm not seeing any serious work in Kalidubi.
Moderator, I want to tell you that construction works is not a one-day thing. You hand over site, contractor must mobilize to bring the workers, to bring the equipment and machinery that is required. And we are fast-tracking to make sure that the contractor fully takes over and embarks on construction work. So maybe engineer will add on that. But
with the Kalidubi, I have interest.
Yes,
I have interest.
I want to give you the assurance that we are going to do that work.
Please, engineer, with the Kalidubi, I don't want to go back and my people watching me, I'm their representative. Tell me you hosted the people. Actually, at the launch I was there. But I can confirm to you, sir, that not any action have I seen, and we are still having the challenges when it rains. My people have represented you. Please.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. As the Undersecretary was mentioning, before any hoe or pickaxe comes onto the ground, there are preparatory activities. And that includes the mobilization of equipment, mobilization of people or workers, and also statutory approvals. For such projects that are funded by the World Bank and all international agencies, there are requirements before any contractor starts work, including approvals, all the paperwork that needs to be done. And that has been going on. And in addition, that is what we allow for. We allow for a period of about 2 months for the contractor to complete all that mobilization and the paperwork. So by the time we launch, it's not even 1 month has gone by. And we want to assure the people, your people, and the people of Kampala and the Greater Kampala metropolitan area, and those who are staying around Kalidubi and Makindye Sabagabo, that government already committed to undertaking this project. Government already signed a contract with the contractor, and funding is available to sort out that drainage problem, especially around Batabata. I'd like also to caution you and the rest of the population that there's going to be some inconvenience while works are going on. Maybe some traffic jams when we are, cutting across Entebbe Road, because we now need to install new and bigger drainage facilities. When it rains, I can't pray. I pray at Life Church Namasuba. That is my church. That will be history. That will be history. And maybe in addition to what the engineer said, Robert,
we are not going to address the problem of Karidubi at a go. At the launch, we notify the people. We are going to do a section. And government has already earmarked additional resources for the remaining section, because Karidubi drainage is about 13 kilometers, 13 kilometer stretch. And of course, with big box culverts, we want to address this problem at once. So people must know that they have to be patient and give us time to work and to resolve their problem.
Thank you.
Well, with that, let me first go for a break. When I return, I still have them, and they are ready to answer to your questions. Let's go for this break.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312-206-400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
We are the DPF. We protect your money. Protection Fund of Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential.
With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you very much for keeping it on UBC TV. Now, we are still looking at the transformation of Greater Kampala urban development. And very important to note is we've looked at a number of aspects of development. Now I want to go to issues regarding the environment. and these developments. Madam Monica, how are you ensuring that these developments not negatively impact on the environment and also affect the people? Of course, no doubt, you earlier mentioned of challenges and inconveniences. A road can't be constructed in an area in Uganda and people are not inconvenienced. Of course, there may be diversions, there may be delays in terms of jam, there may be also too much dust to handle as well. But how are you looking at this in terms of protection of our environment?
Thank you so much, Robert. Environmental issues, environmental and social safeguard issues are very key in the implementation of Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Urban Development Program. One, we start addressing environment right from the time of procurement. The environment specialist ensures that issues of environment are mainstreamed right from, first of all, the design, procurement, and during implementation. All these roads, infrastructure that we have put, will make sure that we beautify with the trees where there is the adequate space. The design has all that provision. And of course, we have constantly advised the contractors to make sure that there is dust separation where construction works are ongoing. We have also deliberately, as government, made sure that there is an independent environment and the environment and social safeguard supervision consultant who is on ground on top of the engineering consultant. We have an independent who has expertise and who must have technical team that are qualified to be able to monitor aspects of environment and social safeguard. And of course, in all these local governments, we have environment officers. They are on board. NEMA, Ministry of Water and Environment, they are all working with us to make sure that we put the correct standards when we're doing these construction works. And that's why when you talk of delays, a contractor who has not put in place all the environment and social safeguard provisions in line with the legal framework of Uganda and then the World Bank guidelines, we will not allow that contractor to commence with the construction works. So that is how serious environment and social safeguard are regarded. And of course, in the past, our engineers have always underrated the aspect of E&S. But now, the engineers are also building capacity, environment and social safeguard. Right now, our engineers and all the other disciplines are building capacity to make sure that we work in an integrated manner, we appreciate other disciplines, and work as a team. And I am seeing progress in that direction.
Okay, now we are well assured that environment is something that they consider so much under this program. I'll go to vulnerable people and those affected by this program. Engineer, how have you factored in this? Because we know these projects, much as they are very good for development, but still there are people that get affected, or they are not only those affected, but they are vulnerable people. You find a very old lady soon going to meet the creator, but the project must pass there, and she's not in fault to be in that place.
Maybe I could, as a social scientist, that's not an engineering question, so I think I need to interject there. One, we have our program being implemented on already existing right of way. Already existing right of way. And where we get encumbrance, we have people who are severely affected. You find 40% of his land is affected, of course, because of poor physical planning, plans which are not approved, people put uncoordinated structures. We have engaged our surveyors to carry out survey. They have produced reports for us. Chief Government Valuer has valued these severely affected properties, and the government of Uganda, under the counterpart funding, has tried to support these people through some cash given to them, and even restoring the affected properties in some cases, because we give options. We either restore the affected properties, or we give compensation that can make that person settle somewhere else, such that can continue with the appropriate livelihood. But in EGKM, we are really trying to make sure that we work on the already existing right of way, much as we have to go and notify the people, because you can't come and do development in my neighborhood. You bring machines and I don't know. So we seek their consent as we do this infrastructure, because there's nobody who doesn't want development. So much as we work along the existing right of way, we also get the consent of the people, and they have really supported this program a lot. And because of that, and working with the people, really we have not had very serious cases. Where there are issues, we sit with people and dialogue. The entity handles, and where the entity has seen it is beyond them, they forward it to me. And I must say generally, our people have been good. They have embraced the development, and it is my humble appeal that as we put these roads, they should also think of improving their livelihood through these wealth creation initiatives. And we see well-developed environment with the people who are having better incomes.
Now, engineer, this is yours, I'm very sure. Now, when we talk about local content, I've seen quite a number of these developments. I see people of a skin complexion that is not anywhere near mine. Some holding all sorts of machines in overalls, very smart. I don't know if they're Chinese, Koreans. I don't differentiate those people very easily. They're hard if you're not very sure, but at least I know. So how are we ensuring that these projects will promote local content, and to what extent? And here I mean giving jobs, giving contracts, opportunities to the boys and girls of this very land.
Yeah, on local content, we've had that discussion at the very highest level, and one of the conditions within the procurement system is that for any foreign company or foreign-owned company, as you know, for World Bank, given World Bank financing, World Bank financing is to open for all around the world. You know, it's a World Bank.
Actually, no reservation scheme.
Absolutely. So we don't reserve anything for because it's World Bank
There's
managed.
no ring fencing.
You can't ring fence that. Those are the rules. But we provided for local content where we require any foreign owned company to contract at least 30% or subcontract at least 30% of that work to national or Ugandan companies, and we are enforcing that to the dot. That notwithstanding, out of the contracts that are ongoing right now for the 200 kilometers of roads, currently 44% of them have been given to Ugandan-owned companies. When you come to consultancies, the percentage of all consultants looking after all our jobs is about 70%. All the contracts have been given to, 70% of all the contracts have been given to Ugandans. So it's actually an opportunity for Ugandans to make an impact from for themselves from this particular program. So it is something that government is very intentional about, and we are enforcing the 30% subcontracting provision to the dot, and as well ensuring that our capable companies are able to get some work. So that is how we are, and there are so many of them. Though, as you know, Ugandans do not want to come out and say, oh, well, I got a job here. But we can provide all that information. So I think
Robert, maybe in addition to what the engineer has said, this program is for results. So we don't want also scenarios where people come because I'm a Ugandan and I don't work, I don't perform, and I want to be given work just because I am seeing big money. So Ugandans must know, under program for results, we look at people who are able to deliver and render services. So whoever is given contract should be able to wake up and deliver. And then when you see, much as we're talking of foreign companies, their workers are Ugandans.
Absolutely.
You find the resident engineers are Ugandan. So honestly speaking, we should be able to build capacity, because one of our objectives is to build local capacity. And even when we award these contracts, we emphasize this to the contractors, that give jobs to people. Because we have young people who are there on the streets. And I've already notified our engineers and my team that now we have to go and do some kind of statistics such that we can be able to say, actually in this, under this program, we were able to employ this number of people, and our people were able to at least earn a living through this program, because that was one of the objectives of the
sorry
program.
To ask deeper. People to earn a living is very good, but much as it's a World Bank project and there's no ring fencing.
It is government of Uganda
government of
program.
Uganda with
it's not
funds.
World Bank program. It's the government of Uganda program.
Yes, but with funds, because entirely funds are not for government of Uganda.
It is for government of Uganda, because government of Uganda will pay this money.
Will pay, okay. Let's leave it at that. Now, if you are to take it that way, are we also looking at the nature of jobs we are giving these people in these projects, and ensuring that by the time an expatriate, someone who is imported into this country, we have that person, because we don't have capable Ugandans to do that. I don't want to say for this particular project, but there's a project where I saw, I think, a Chinese driving a Sinotruck. And that pissed me off. I was like, but for sure, do you want to tell me we can't have Ugandans who can drive Sinotrucks? So are we looking at, okay, for the jobs that these people are taking, like for at least, not only to say that we are employing Ugandans, madam, wait for your statistics, but they are for digging trenches, lifting things on.
Actually, I want to tell you that in open bidding, we don't restrict that so and so should do this kind of work or the other kind of work. But our role, if a Chinese can come to Uganda and drive a Sinotruck, what is wrong with that? And some of us, when we go to school, we think because we have been in a classroom, some jobs are dirty. It is important that we appreciate every job that is there, and then you grow from there. So, for me, a Chinese driving Sinotruck is not a problem. The issue here is, do we have capable people, drivers who are trained, who are not going to cause accidents. We have had scenarios, they give you a job, you go and drink yourself silly. You are on drugs, and then you cause accidents. Why should I give such a person the job when he cannot be able to protect his job? Yeah. Others they want to go and sleep at the site. We want people who are able to deliver, people able to work and know why they are given the jobs. So when we are looking at that, let's not discriminate. Even Ugandans are there who have moved to other countries and doing certain work and they're earning a living. So under open bidding, it is open. But we continue to encourage our people not to despise certain jobs. You don't know where your blessing comes from. Well, with that, I've come to the end of this show in the interest of time, but I'll just give each of my guests half a minute for their parting shot. And let me begin with engineers speak less. So let's begin with the engineer.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. In half a minute, I'd like first of all to thank government of Uganda for prioritizing this area of Greater Kampala to ensure that people improve in terms of living conditions, in terms of the way we move and the way we live. Two is to appreciate the residents of GKMA for allowing us to work in their area, inconvenience them for some time, but in the end, all will be good for all of us within GKMA. Thank you.
Then, Madam Under Secretary.
I want to, first of all, thank all the ministries, departments, and the agencies that are contributing to the development of Greater Kampala metropolitan area and making it a better place. And I also appreciate all the 9 implementing entities together with the people who are resident in the metropolitan area and who have had a lot of contribution in making sure that the infrastructure development process is not restricted, and they have not blocked us in any way. They have been supportive. And I want also to appreciate our political leadership, because they have created an enabling environment for us technical people to operate in the Greater Kampala metropolitan area. Government is committed to making sure that this is a better place to live in, and we're ready to work with all the stakeholders. And of course, with better metropolitan, we should be able to see a better future for Uganda. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, my guests. And the view, the development is coming your way. Let's support these developmental programs. Of course, there could be inconveniences and challenges, but at the end of the day, it is all well and with good intentions for Greater Kampala Metropolitan. Have the best of your day. See you tomorrow, God willing. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. The World Football Spectacle is here! Football fire! Feel the power! From the vibrant cities of Canada, the passion of Mexico, and the grand stages of the United States, the FIFA World Cup 2026 is set to ignite the planet! Every goal, every save, every moment of glory, live and unforgettable on UBC TV and all its radio stations. From the streets of Rio to the night and day, follow Africa's finest, football's biggest stars, and the